Hello everyone, and welcome back to IxSHE Tell, Yoshino's route. In the last episode, we had the big reveal to the other girls that we are officially going out with Yoshino. Although things are not going smoothly at all, since she seems to be caught in this weird tug-of-war where she's trying to hide her feelings, but she also wants to get close to Hajime, so it's just awkward right now. But I'm sure things will improve now that we've got the backing of the rest of the girls. Also, as a side note, for those who did not catch Wednesday's episode, Saren Prince and I had a scheduling conflict this week, so he is not going to be here for this episode. Hopefully he'll also not miss anything too critical in the story, but we'll find out. Anyway, hi Yoshino. Sorry to keep your hand up there, I'm sure it's tired. High five. Smack. Morning. Did you get much sleep last night?
Eh? どうして?
I don't know, I figured maybe your arm was tired. Have you looked in the mirror? You look exhausted.
平気よ。昨日は思ったより復習に時間かかっちゃって。多分そのせい。
Oh, I do not miss late night study sessions. Ah, okay. Well, don't push yourself too hard, alright?
ありがとう。
Still, she's not looking too well. Oh no, I hope she doesn't get sick. It's been 2 days since I told the other girls that Yamabuki and I are dating. But over the course of these 2 days, it's obvious that Yamabuki's been growing more and more dispirited. The cause, of course, is the fact that she's been forcing herself to suppress her feelings, in fear of what those around her might think of our relationship. Even during student council meetings, she would fidget restlessly, doing her utmost to keep our interactions to a bare minimum, which isn't going to set off any red flags at all. So listen, I know this is a bit sudden, but do you think you could come to the student council room today during lunch?
昼休み? へえ、構わないけど。でも二宮くん、最近よく昼休みに生徒会室使ってるわよね。
It's the perfect place to have lunch. There's nobody around, it's got nice chairs, we can have private time.
いくら役員だからって、生徒会室に入り浸るのは感心しないわよ。
I know, but I'll stop after today, I promise.
今日まで?
I haven't been sitting around twiddling my thumbs while Yamabuki's been suffering alone. I too have been suffering. I've been making all the necessary arrangements to make sure I see her smile today. There's something pretty important I've been preparing for, see? I guess you could call it an interview of sorts.
そうなの?
Yes.
でも変ね。私何も聞いてないけど。
It's a surprise. Well, you know, it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. Obviously, I can't spill the beans just yet. She'd definitely be too embarrassed to do this if I told her the truth. Anyways, I'll need you to be there today as well. Can you do that?
よくわからないけど、生徒会の仕事ってことなら?
I will do anything for the student council. Anything. Looks like I've managed to convince her for now, but unsurprisingly, her smile remains scarce. Though I know she's having a tough time right now, it still hurts to see. Poor thing.
会長、今日のお昼の件で最終チェックしたいんだけど、今時間大丈夫?
Oh, so it's legit. I thought that was just an excuse. Right now? I wanted to spend a little more time with Yamabuki. Alright. Sorry, Yamabuki. Looks like I'm needed.
私も確認しておかなくて平気?
No, later. We're probably just making sure everything's on schedule, right?
そうそう。他のチェックは昨日の夜にメールで確認してもらったし、念のためで聞いてるだけだから。
She's just like, why was I not CC'd on this email? You see, that's the face. What?
いえ、なんでもないわ。じゃあまた教室でね。
With that, she heads off to the cafeteria for breakfast.
副会長、ほんと元気ないけど大丈夫?
She's just tired. It's fine. Honestly, I do have some doubts after talking to her earlier. But that's why I need everyone to stick to the plan, see?
了解。でも昨日台本もらったけど、またすごいこと考えたね。
That's how I got elected president. I won't deny that. But you know, the night I accepted Yamabuki's confession, that was the happiest I'd ever seen her. Oh, so we just let the cat out of the bag on this one too. If I can get her just to recall what she felt back then, even a tiny bit, it'll be worth it.
そっか。なら絶対成功させないとね。
Okay, so how many people know at this point?
じゃ、設備とかは先生と他の部員に運んでもらうことになってるから。
Great. Let me know if anything changes. Now that the preparations are complete, all that's left is to wait for lunch. Thanking the broadcasting club members, I turn and follow behind Yamabuki toward the cafeteria. To breakfast.
IxSHE Tell.
Oh. Are you ready to do this, Yamabuki? Oh man, we could have ended the last episode there.
いつでも行けるわ。でも、本当にいるだけでいいの?
Yep. Yeah, I just need you to be there to listen to what I have to say. As soon as the fourth period ends, I immediately make for the student council room with Yamabuki in tow. Truth to be told, I've been itching to tell her my plan all morning, but she'll just have to wait a little bit longer.
準備できましたよ。それじゃあ行こうか。小清水さん？それに花森さんまで。
It's going to be a big bombastic reveal.
取材ってもしかして新聞に関係すること？
Well, I'm sure it'll be in the paper by tomorrow. Maybe even this afternoon. Oh, so he's just going to drop the bombshell right there in front of the entire student body, so she doesn't even have to worry about hiding it anymore. That couldn't possibly backfire.
それって大切な話じゃないの？
It is. It is. Very important. I could have said nothing.
それって副会長が信頼されてないみたいなんだけど。
Don't make me into a monster. I'm doing this for you.
大丈夫ですよ。二宮さんは山吹さんのこと誰よりも考えていますから。だね。ほらほら、歩いて。
Quick, before she gets away.
待って、ちゃんと説明してよ。
Boy, trying to throw a surprise party for her would be a real chore. Not looking entirely satisfied, Yamabuki reluctantly begins to walk with Shiori pushing at her back. I hurry after them towards the student council room.
各機器の接続チェックは大丈夫？
大丈夫。ああ、そこのコンセント、足引っ掛けないように気をつけて。
Which outlet? When we enter the student council room, the place is bustling with activity as the broadcasting club makes their final preparations. Yuki-senpai and Kozuka are already present.
あ、遅い。
She's hard to push. Sorry for the wait.
で、結城先輩たちもいるの？はあ、わけがわからないわ。もう準備はほぼ完了していますので、いつでも始められますわ。
役者はこれで全員揃ったって感じかな。副会長、混乱してるみたいだけど大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃないわよ。でもとにかく始まればわかるんでしょ。
Alright, well that was a very blunt reaction.
だったらもう始めちゃって。
Let's get this thing I don't know about over with.
よっしゃ、きっと山吹さんも驚くと思う。
It looks like everyone was just waiting on us, so it's almost time. Great. We don't have a moment to waste, so let's get this show started.
はーい、それじゃあ皆さんお静かに。
3, 2, 1. The on-air sign lights up.
突然の放送、誠に失礼。今日は今話題の生徒会長から直々にお願いがあって急遽生放送でお送りします。
That's a very bombastic intro.
さて会長、今日は重大発表をしてくれるというお話ですが。
I've set up this broadcast today in order to answer a question I'm sure all of you have been dying to know.
それってもしかして会長のお相手のことでしょうか？
Is this really an appropriate use of the school-wide broadcasting technology? Indeed I am. I'm sorry, I need to hear that sound again. Oh, it didn't have it. Alright, next time.
ちょ！
All right, now this time. There we go.
こらこら、生放送中なんだから静かにしましょうね。
Yeah, this isn't Jerry Springer.
それに、初めてとおっしゃられたのは山吹先輩ですし。
Yuki Senpai and Kozuka grab onto her shoulders tightly before she can get up from her seat. Heh, looks like they're enjoying this. I don't know why I said it like that, but just play along. Having said that, I'm afraid this person takes things extremely seriously. They are worrying that our relationship might be seen as a betrayal by those who had placed their trust in her. I've seen her at times making the saddest of faces. Now, this might just be my ego talking, but I didn't choose her to be my girlfriend so I could make her sad. I chose her because I wanted to look over and see her smiling by my side. When I accepted her confession, Yamabuki had given me the happiest smile I'd ever seen. So that's why I'd like to take this opportunity to confess to her once again.
もう一度。
Yamabuki slowly rises from her seat. This time, Yuki-senpai and Kozuka don't stop her. Instead, they simply smile and watch. Ooh, CG. Oh, I love it. Yamabuki. While this might seem rather cheesy, I get down on one knee in front of her. Earth to Yamabuki. Calling Yamabuki. Sorry for surprising you with this out of nowhere. But I felt I had to. Otherwise you'd run away from me in embarrassment. She might still.
それは。それより、これってどういうこと？
I'm confessing to you on broadcast. Well, like I said, I wanted to confess to you one more time. Except this time, with everyone as our witnesses. Yes, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I wanted this to be a big production, so she had no choice but to be like, well, I guess everybody knows already.
承認？待って待って！これ、本当に全校放送なの？
Yep. Yeah, of course I made sure to get the teacher's permission first. They're listening in too right now. Some of them have a pool going. This would have been a bit too ambitious to do on our own, after all. Yoshino.
はい。
Sensing the seriousness of my tone, her back straightens up. While I love what a stoic and determined girl you normally are, more than anything else, and I'll say this again and again, I love seeing you smile. The truth is, Yoshino, even when you were campaigning against the ban on romance being lifted, no matter how cross you looked, it always seemed like you were enjoying yourself. But lately, I've noticed that you've been smiling more and more, whenever you're having fun with our friends, and when we're alone as well. I found myself thinking, if she'd always been able to smile this adorably, why hadn't she done so from the start? That's how precious your smile has become for me, Yoshino.
そう。
So it honestly hurts me to see you repressing your emotions lately. And by the way, the reason I'm calling you Yoshino right now is because you failed to keep your promise.
ごめんなさい。
It's fine. All of this only makes me want to be your boyfriend even more. You have no need to apologize. In fact, if you want to make it up to me, I want you to smile for me instead. I don't want to have to hide our relationship anymore. I want to go on dates with you, have fun. And occasionally, even have you yell at me over silly stuff. So now it's my turn. I'm going to be the one to confess with you. Will you go out with me, Yoshino?
でも、私。
I want to hear how you truly feel, Yoshino.
私は本当にいいのかな？
Of course.
私、二宮はじめを、恋愛解禁を、ずっと、否定してたのに。
Remember what I told you? No matter what happens, I'll be there to protect your smile. So please, Yoshino, tell me how you truly feel.
私も、はじめと一緒にいたい。
Oh, there's the smile.
本当は、人の目なんて気にしないで、いつでも一緒にいたい。
Oh.
抱きしめてほしい。キスだって、してほしい。だって恋人だもん。私、はじめの彼女になったんだもん。
That's right, you are. My one and only.
大好きなんだよ。
Oh. I know. Thank you. Did you just Han Solo her?
だから、一度しか言わないから、ちゃんと聞いててね。
You keep saying that. Okay.
私と、私も、はじめの優しい笑顔が好き。はじめにも、いっぱい笑顔になってもらえるように頑張るから。だから、改めて、私を、はじめの彼女にしてください。
She reaches for my outstretched hand, firmly grasping me back. Just not in this CG.
これは、この場にいるだけで、こっちまで恥ずかしくなる光景が広がっています。
Everybody in the school feels an overwhelming wave of embarrassment. It overtakes the entire island. Oh yeah, she forgot it was live. After we're hauled back to reality, she immediately tries to run away in embarrassment, yep. But I hold tightly onto her hand, refusing to let her go.
以上、現場からお伝えしました。
Priceless.
もう耐えらんない。てか、見てるこっちが恥ずかしくなってくる。
He jumps out the window.
機材とか放課後回収しに来るから。じゃあな。
For a second, I thought it was actually going to say that. With that, he dashes out of the room as fast as he can. I guess I can't blame him. He was forced to watch two people passionately confess their love to one another.
はじめって、ほんと度胸あるよね。
Oh yeah, I made all of them watch too. Oh no. That's a compliment, right?
多分？
Still, I suppose she's right. I wouldn't have been able to end the school's ban on romance otherwise. Alright, let's say we do one more confession in the classroom. How many of these are we going to do?
ほんと無理っていうか。
This is the route of 1,000 confessions.
いやでも、付き合うのが無理とかじゃなくて、もう一回なんてそんな。もう何なの？嬉しぬ。
Alright, we won't. I don't want you dying just yet. Even I can only handle so much embarrassment.
みんなだってそうよ。私はともかく、みんなも突然こんなこと聞かされたら驚いたでしょ？
Mostly for the people that were in the Ayaka camp.
何が？私たち仕掛け人側だし知ってたよ。当然じゃん。
ただ。
お二人のことは二宮さんの口から説明してもらいましたよ。また測ったわね。
You're welcome. I mean, that was kind of the point.
だいたいそうでなければこんなところで協力なんていたしませんわ。それに山吹先輩、今さら隠そうなどとお考えにならずとも。
Yeah, really.
二宮先輩に告白された当初から明らかにデレデレされてましたし。
First time.
嘘よ。バレてるはずないわ。
But I was so convincing.
わかった。そうやってまた私をからかうのね。
No.
もしかして本気で隠せていたとお思いでしたの？まさかあんなデレデレ状態で隠せてるだなんて子供じゃあるまいしねえ。
Well, Well, she might not be dying in this episode, but her pride sure is. Alright, cut her some slack, you two. She's already blushing like crazy.
別に赤くなんて。
Yeah.
ほら、かかってきなさいよ。シュッシュッ。
Oh no. Why does she insist on doing this to herself? She's just too damn silly, and it's so cute.
私はそんな山吹さんも純粋で可愛いと思いますよ。はじめもそこにやられちゃったんじゃないかな。
Sorry, but I fell in love with everything about her. Pure-heartedness and all.
味方じゃなかったのは
I am. Hey, you're the one who asked us to bring it on.
もう、二宮くんもみんなもそうやってからかわないでよ。
Stop it, but don't. Looking at Yamabuki's expression just now, you'd never have guessed that she was so depressed just a few minutes ago. I wish I could keep that smile all to myself. But I'll let it slide for today. At least everyone knows how cute my girlfriend is now.
というか、そもそもブッキーが初めから自分の気持ちに素直になってれば、こんな風にならなくて済んだんじゃない？
By the way, as well as this being a confession, it's also an emotional intervention.
これでは先が思いやられますわね。
Yeah, me too.
まあまあ、山吹さんの今後に期待しよう。せっかく二宮さんのハートをゲットしたんですから、嫌われるようなことしちゃダメですよ。それは。というわけだから、もう一度自分の気持ちに素直になってみよっか。二宮くんもブッキーの愛の言葉もう一回聞きたいよね。
Oh, yes, please. Oh, I do.
一度しか言わないって言ったでしょ。
You've said that a few times.
二宮さんがかわいそうです。なんでそうなるの？わざとらしいため息やめなさい。でもほら、早くしないと昼休み終わっちゃうじゃない。お昼行くわよ。みんなも準備して。飲み物くらいでよければ私がおごるから。みんなありがとう。
I'm sorry, what was that?
何聞こえない。
I didn't have to say anything.
もう
The girls laugh at Yuki-senpai's little joke as they begin making their way toward the cafeteria. Yoshino and I follow shortly after them, stealthily holding hands as we leave the room behind. Don't have to be so stealthily anymore. Or stealthy?
放送聞いたよ。校内放送で告白なんて会長も大胆だね。
I put all of my points in charisma and then respect.
恥ずかしいけど、ああいう告白もちょっと憧れる。
Well, you know, I think a bit of boldness was called for. On the bright side, everyone now knows about Yoshino and I. After lunch, I returned to my class slightly ahead of the others, when, to no great surprise, my classmates immediately came flocking towards me. Incidentally, Yoshino happens to be held up in the cafeteria facing a similar situation.
会長、お前
What?
隠れて人気のある山吹を彼女にしたなんて。
Wait, huh?
お前ならやってくれると信じてた。
You did?
だってお前、山吹って普段は真面目でちょっときついところはあるけど、基本的には優しいじゃん。
That's actually a really good way to describe her.
人気はあるけどガードが硬いイメージが強くてな。だから隠れファンが多かったんだよ。
You too, lampshade man?
それをお前は落としてくれた。そして放送で聞こえたあの恥ずかしそうな声。
And I got a recording.
俺死んでもいい。
Right. Well, remind me to never embarrass Yoshino at school ever again. At the very least, I'm definitely not doing it in front of you guys.
会長って独占欲強えな。
Nah, that's not this kind of game.
まあもう手遅れというか。
Oh no, how much of that did you hear? Apparently, Yoshino overheard our conversation. She blushes bright red, hitting me with her fists. Oh, all right. How's this then? Cute enough for you? Or that?
チックソー悔しくなんかないもん
Bites pencil in half. I'm so glad we can be open about our relationship now. Your jealousy feeds me. My bad, guys, but do me a favor and lay off us for today, alright? We'd appreciate a bit of space. Chew.
どうして？
他のクラスの子にも今日は騒がないであげてって伝えとくから。
Thank you.
ちょっと男子、これ以上山吹さんからかうとイメージがぶっ壊れるわよ。
おうすまん
意外だったけど、こりゃ触れたらこっちが胸焼けで苦しみそうだ。
But Ayaka's room was the one with the pictures of dogs. We got Salt Bunny.
あれ？みんな？
山吹さん、とりあえずその辺は二人で仲良くやってくれ。
Oh no, it got worse. Not only does he not have eyes, he no longer has a mouth. And yet he must scream.
もちろんそのつもりよ。だって私、はじめの彼女なんだからね。
No.
会長、いろいろ大変になるかもしれないけど、頑張ってね。
Yeah, thanks. I hadn't expected Yoshino to become so open with her feelings so quickly, but at the same time, it's a relief to see her smiling along with everyone else. Now I'm curious to see how she'll act when we're alone together, but that'll just have to wait until later. I keep paraphrasing. Close enough. That rings a bell.
それじゃあみんな、気をつけて帰ってね。
Oh no, I thought we had gotten rid of you.
用がないのに帰らない人は、ミミリンがお持ち帰りしちゃうぞ。
What is wrong with you?
さよなら
Since the broadcasting club is coming to collect their equipment after school today, our regular student council activities have been canceled. But now that our relationship is public knowledge, there's also no better opportunity. Hey, Yoshino, why don't we walk home? Okay, is she already gone? Huh? Where'd she go?
山吹さんなら、ホームルーム終わるなり、ダッシュで教室出てったよ。
Wow. Damn it, she slipped away. Maybe the embarrassment finally got to her. I wish I had gotten a hold of her first.
会長、昼の放送何なんすか？
I thought there were a bunch of horses coming to get me for a second there.
兄ちゃん、なんで姉ちゃんじゃなく副会長選んだのさ？
Look, she's still in the queue, okay?
って分かってるよ。やっぱ重要なのはおっぱいの大きさだよね。ボインボインなやつ。
I think Koshimizu wins that one.
男のロマンス。
Oh no, death.
姉ちゃん、まだ帰ってなかったの？
Hakuwa retreats from the classroom at full sprint, leaving Yasumasa to be sacrificed. I figured.
いや、なんでかなって思っただけで、別に大意はないんだって信じて姉ちゃん。
Please save me.
ほら、おいで。怖くない、怖くない。
怖え！兄ちゃん助けて！
Nope. Seriously, why are you even here? I could be chasing after Yoshino right about now. Even though school's over, more and more students seem to be pouring into the room. I need to get out of here soon before I lose my chance to escape. All right, Yasumasa.
兄ちゃん。
I won't let your sacrifice be in vain. Thank you, human shield. Chiori, get the door on the other side.
わかった。
兄ちゃん、僕を売る気？
Sorry.
一番聞きたくなかった言葉だよ。
I can't hear you. I'm running away. Using Yasumasa's body as a shield, I push my way through the crowd and into the hallway. Here, is all yours.
やだよ、兄ちゃん助けてよ。
確かに受け取りました。ハンコはないから。母音でいい？母音。
I see what she did there.
母音でいいよね。ねえ、安政。
やだー！ヘル help! May I help you?
I'm not gonna save you. Waving goodbye to Shiori, I leave the school behind as Yasumasa's pitiful sobs echo behind me. Bye, Yasumasa. It was nice knowing you. Running as fast as I could, I made it all the way back to the dorm. It seems like I'm one of the first to make it back. Alright then. I whip out my phone and give Yoshino a call. If she's still avoiding me, I'm gonna have to do something about this. Oh, you're right behind me. Oh, there you are. Catching sight of her in the corner of the lounge, I walk straight toward her. For a moment, she seems to debate on whether or not to run away, but resigns herself as she waits for me to approach. You left class pretty early today.
教室にずっといると質問攻めに遭うと思ったから、ひとまず寮に戻っておこうかなと思って。
You have no idea what Yasumasa has sacrificed for me to be here.
あと、はじめなら追いかけてくれるかなって。
You disappeared so quickly, I had no idea where you went, to be honest.
ごめんなさい。
You're really good at that. Teach me your ways. Well, it's okay. I managed to track you down in the end. You were right, though. Things started getting a little crazy after you left. Hakuwa and Yasumasa both showed up.
ところではじめ、今時間ある？
Like, right now?
その件も含めて、これからについてちょっと相談したいんだけど。
Sure. Perfect timing, actually. I've been meaning to talk to you as well. Ooh. Oh no. Salt Bunny. Wait a minute.
どうしたの？
What am I doing in your room? I'm a boy. I'm a real boy.
だって、こんな話人前じゃできないでしょ？
I mean, we could have gone to mine. I suppose not, but still.
安全に二人きりになれる場所って、どっちかの部屋しかないし。
Yeah, it does make sense she would want to be on her home turf.
だから、今回は緊急なんだからね。
This is the only time you will be allowed in here. Never again. You could have given me a bit more warning first. Still, it's not often I get the chance to visit a girl's room. That chair doesn't look comfortable at all. Thinking about it that way, I guess this is a pretty valuable experience. That said, her room is a lot girlier than I'd imagined it to be. You'd never think a room this cute would belong to someone like Yoshino.
ねえ。
ん？
あんな風にみんなの前で告白されて、本心を聞きたいって言ってくれたじゃない？そのせいか、はじめともっとくっつきたいとか、キスしたいとか、そういう感情がどんどん溢れてきちゃって止まらないの。
Boy, once you give her permission to go, she goes. She grabs the corners of my uniform, squeezing tight. Whoa.
全部、はじめのせいよ。
My bad.
はじめが全部悪いんだから。
So I have to take responsibility.
責任、
Mm-hmm.
取ってくれる？
I knew where that was going. Wait, what?
そんなの言わなくてもわかるでしょ？
I have an inkling. I mean, I do, but are you sure?
ダメならこんなこと言わないし。でも、寮長の部屋でこんなことするなんて、絶対他の人には秘密だからね。
Okay. Countless thoughts swirl around my head. But right now, above all else, I won't. It'll be our secret. Salt Bunny's about to see some stuff. But we won't. Salt Bunny, what did we miss? Just use your imagination. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like the scene with Ayaka. It's always a stretch afterwards. That's interesting. Huh. I hug Yoshino from behind as we snuggle up against each other. The warmth of her body feels so pleasant against my skin.
ほんと、はじめって優しいよね。
Why, thank you, I try. I just want to cherish every moment we have together, now that we're officially a couple.
こ これからは羽目を外しすぎない範囲でくっついたりするからよろしくね。
Sweet. You sure that won't get too embarrassing for you?
もし守れなそうだったらフォローしてね。
Sure thing. I'll protect you. I hug her even tighter as she leans happily into my chest. We spent the rest of the evening cuddling blissfully together on her bed. Well, alright then. That scene probably would have been a lot longer if we had the patch. Salt Bunny, you better have closed your eyes.
お兄、今日の定例会って何話すの？
I've made it with a woman. Inform the men. Simply put, I guess you could say we have a bit of a school-wide behavior problem. Really. After school, the student council, plus Kozuka and Aoba, gathers in the student council room for our regularly scheduled meeting with our Misakahama counterparts. Ever since my broadcast confession the other day, the teachers have grown worried about the effect it had on the student body, fearing a disruption of behavior. Ooh. As a result, Hozumi-sensei had tasked the student council with monitoring the situation and coming up with an appropriate countermeasure should the need arise. Now that everyone's here, let's begin. First off, Kozuka, have the teachers explained everything to you yet?
ええ、生徒会のお二人だからこそ全生徒の模範となるお付き合いを心がけるようにというお話でしたわね。
Alright, have they defined what an acceptable level of PDA is?
はあ、確かにお兄と山吹先輩がバカップル化したら問題だもんね。
Oh, but debauchery is fun. I'm aware that my little stunt wasn't very well received by a certain number of teachers, mostly the ones that lost the pool. Like Aoba says, if Yoshino and I were to flirt around, even the school administration might have to get involved. I'm sure Yoshino's had these thoughts as well. She's been quiet all morning. Yamabuki and I are both doing our best to be careful.
山吹。
Oh no.
そうね。周りに迷惑かけないように交際をしないといけないわね。
Aw, we hurt her feelings. Were you hiding inside of Salt Bunny?
これは先が思いやられますわね。どういうこと？
While I hate to embarrass her in front of everyone like this, I think it needs to be said for her own benefit. Yamabuki, those sort of reactions don't really help our case.
そういう反応って何？私はただ名字で呼ばれたから、
Did you want me to call you Yoshino?
そうとも言うわね。
それがアウトだって話っすよ。
Okay, that's a weird hang-up, but alright.
アウトって何よ。バカップルになるつもりなんてこれっぽっちもないわよ。
This isn't public, this is the student council space. This is a safe space.
うんうん。バカップルになる人たちはみんなそう言うんす。
ちょっとお兄大丈夫なの？これナチュラルにバカップル化してもおかしくないよ。
Sorry? Don't worry, nobody outside of this room's even seen her acting like this. We should do something about this habit she has of embarrassing herself, though. Ooh.
まあ、そうですわね。風紀が乱れたことにより、素行不良や学力の低下などを招く可能性はあると思いますし、学力については一概に言えませんが、試験の成績も多少なら誤差の範囲でしょう。素行不良は本人たち次第って感じはあるけど、
I mean, she has a point.
生徒会が注意し始めることで、先生たちから素行が悪くなっていると認識されてもおかしくないわ。なら、生徒同士で注意を促し合って気をつけるようにすれば大丈夫ってこと？
This is the student council reminded you to watch your back, Jack. Maybe, but coming from certain members of the student council...
そうだね。ですわね。
難しいっす。
みんなしてどうして私を見るのよ。
Let's just say your acting isn't the best. It would hardly be a convincing argument when Yoshino and I are struggling to separate our public and private lives ourselves.
現状の副会長を見るに生徒会で注意を促したところで効果は薄いと思うんすけど。
Agreed. Putting aside Misakehama for now, I think our best bet is to lay low and have the Public Morals Committee relay our instructions to the student body on our behalf.
山吹先輩には悪いけど、私もそう思う。
Really? You do not seem like the type that would get along with the Public Morals Committee. I feel like you and they would have run-ins a lot.
では、二宮先輩、一度話をまとめていただけますか?
It looks like we've reached a unanimous agreement, for the most part. Are there any other suggestions? If not, then...
地道に生徒会が警戒するっていうのは、警戒といっても見回りくらいしかできないけど。
I'm just imagining every student council member and members of the Public Morals Committee going around with water bottles just being like, hey.
地味に効果ありそうっすね。人の目があったらイチャつくのやめる人もいるだろうし。
気にしない人に向けては冷やかしがてら注意もできますし。
I'm always watching you.
That's not a bad idea. Making a few rounds around the school won't be too much work.
とりあえず山吹先輩は校舎内でお兄とイチャイチャするのを控えてもらえればなんとかなると思うんで。
Okay, does that include the dorms or no?
わかったわよ。つまりは鬼、ラブホデビューだ!
That's not helping. I never thought I'd live to see the day when my own damn sister says something like that to me. Still, that might be an idea worth considering further down the road. You know, Aoba, if I do that, then I won't have any money to buy you snacks.
ラブホに金なんて使うな！やるなら寮でやれ寮で！
Well, I guess that answers my question about the dorm.
ツッコミ入れづらいからその話やめて！
I don't know that that was a joke. Little do they know, though, we've already bonked in the dorm once. Bonked.
とはいえ、お付き合いされていることが広まった現状ですから。
A little bit of an understatement.
逆に、山吹先輩のしっかり者のイメージを保てていれば、お二人から注意されても説得力が出るでしょうし。なら、今すぐ見回りに行きましょう。まずは現状確認よ。
I'm with Hajime. Making swift decisions has always been one of Yoshino's strong points, but maybe she could have given this a bit more thought.
ですが、二宮会長、言ってしまいましたが、止めなくてよかったんですか?
Have you tried catching her? Don't worry, she'll be back soon enough. She's just embarrassed. Given how sulky she was that I called her Yamabuki earlier, she probably wanted to go spend some time together.
山吹先輩のこと分かってるっていうか、保護者目線になってない？それ性癖としてはやばいよ。
Why do you think about your brother in this capacity? No, you idiot. She's just got some peculiar ways of expressing her affection. That's all.
どうして誰も追いかけてこないのよ!
Have you tried to catch yourself? Were you feeling lonely? That's why you came back, isn't it?
何も言い返せない。すごい。お兄が山吹先輩を手玉に取ってる。
It's a skill.
なんかもう猛獣使い見てるような感じっすね。
そこはせめて夫婦漫才とか言いなさいよ。
You know, fair.
すんませんした。
Aqua falls flat onto the table after Yoshino swatted him with a thin plastic file. At least it wasn't one of the thick manuals. Well, either way, we'll have to monitor the situation around school first. Why don't we split up into pairs before going on patrol? I know who I'm getting paired with.
承知いたしました。それでしたら、後輩組と会長副会長でいいんじゃない？
Alright.
俺はどっちっすか？
じゃあ一緒に来ます？
こんなに優しくしてもらったの久しぶりっす。
Don't get used to it. Nope. Aoba retreats in disgust as Aqua grovels at her feet with gratitude. Do literally all of his peers treat him like complete shit? Yeah. He brings it on himself, though.
みんなしてそんな気を使わなくても。でしたら今のうちから二人でいることに慣れて、早く露骨な反応するのを何とかしてくださいませ。
That's a good point. We'll try.
最大限努力します。
since her self-control is rather weak, I have to be the one to stay calm and collected. But if we wind up alone together, I'll start thinking about when we did it. And if that happens, I might not be able to control myself either. Feeling slightly apprehensive, we split up into 2 groups and head out on our patrols. Let's split up, gang.
IxSHE Tell.
On patrol, we're on patrol.
会長たちヤッホー
Alright, but we're going to save the patrol for the next episode. So we have made our relationship public in the most bombastic way conceivably possible, and I love it. It was great. It was everything that I was hoping for. Yes. And once again, Siren Prince has missed a critical point in the story. I don't know how this happens, but it happens all the time. It's like a running gag that we don't even intend to have. That's okay. I really liked that confession scene, though. That was very sweet. And what seems to be a pretty natural trend for this game, things escalated very quickly from there. I don't know. This game, once you get down the routes, it wastes no time. By episode 3, there's dots. That's a romantic comedy for you, I suppose. Well, now we just have to see if Yamabuki can get used to the idea of us being a couple without embarrassing herself. I don't know that the embarrassing herself is going to change. Definitely not overnight, but I'm sure she'll get used to it eventually. I'm really excited to see what the time jump looks like. Is it going to be far in the future, or is it going to be one of those, like, the next, I don't know, month or something? Also, at some point, I really would like to see what the Christmas party looks like, but I don't know if that's just the elephant in the room that we're never going to get to see or what. Oh well. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.